Hey guys, and welcome to Day Scott, where I bring daily content 6 days a week, not 7th, have the Sunday off for the family, and through that daily content I bring you entrepreneurship and personal growth. So if you're an entrepreneur yourself or someone who's interested in developing themselves, whether it's in their career or just general life, then this is the place for you. Now, what makes this channel unique? The thing that makes this channel unique is that I haven't necessarily hit the stardom. I'm in the trenches, in the grind, as Gary Vee always preaches. So you'll see a lot of influencers like Gary Vee, Peter Voog, Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins, amazing influencers, and I follow them all, and I take a lot of what they say for gospel. However, they are very much advanced compared to where I am, and compared to, I'm sure, where many of you are. So what resonates me as a channel with most of you is that I feel like I'm probably in most of your positions. I've just started a company recently, so I'm really at the start, at the brink of it, and I'm in the trenches, and basically that's what I'm doing, is I'm communicating my learning, my feelings, my emotions, my learnings from each day into videos online, so people can engage with it, learn from any mistakes I face, learn from any, then I can also project any issues I have, and you can maybe help me as well. So it's a whole sort of engaging platform I want it to be created, and that's what I do, bring out my learning, and we can engage and speak about to help each other through the grind and through to achieve our stardom and our success. So that's what this channel is about. I hope you stay and I hope you enjoy it. This blog is very, very crucial for starting out. It's something that I've really been noticing recently, and it's all about attention span. And interestingly, is our attention span shorter than a goldfish attention span? You'll have to stay tuned to see. There we go. Okay, see you in a minute, guys. Hey guys, and welcome back. So, is our attention span shorter than a goldfish's attention span? Interesting thought. The reason I sort of compare us to a goldfish, because that seems to be the big topic when you speak about attention span. It's always on social media. I've posted it myself. It's always sort of comparing us to goldfish, which is quite, I don't know, quite awful to think a human race comparing it to the attention span of a goldfish. But anyway, so I'll give you a bit of research based on what I'm going to say. I'm going to give you a bit of research of where all this data of our attention span has come from, and the whole thing with humans' attention span and goldfish's attention span. So, reading the Telegraph, 2015, researchers surveyed, this wasn't in 2015, but this is when they reported it. Researchers surveyed 2,000 participants in Canada and studied the brain activity of 112 others using a really confusing word. Electroencephalograms. Just look it up, okay? We don't need to know anyway. But they basically surveyed a ton of people. And the results showed that the average human's attention span had fallen from 12 seconds in 2000, or around the time the mobile revolution began, to 8 seconds. So from 12 seconds, okay, around 2000 or before sort of the whole mobile revolution, has now gone to 8 seconds, which is basically trying to say to you that the whole online mobile revolution of everyone having mobiles and just having the internet to their tips of the hand has decreased that by now 4 seconds, 12 to 8. So that's quite crazy, I think, for just that in itself. And comparing it to a goldfish has a memory, or what's stated as a well-known thing, is 9 seconds. So we are now 8 seconds, goldfish is 9 seconds. So a goldfish is beating us based on this data. So that's what I believed, and that's what I believe most people believe, is that's sort of what's accepted around the world. Now, I went into this other article that kind of debunks a lot of this. So this is where it kind of flips it upside down. I'm going to give you this sort of other side to the argument, and then I'm going to discuss you what I think and how it affects me and you. So, the BBC News, and this was really recently actually, so I really like it when it's really recent, on the 10th of March 2017, so really recent. I just took out snippets so you can get sort of the snippets, and it's gonna tell you about the human attention span. It's gonna tell you about the goldfish. Okay, so Dr. Gemma Briggs, a psychology lecturer at the Open University, who studies attention in drivers and witnesses to crime, and says the idea of an average attention span is pretty meaningless. It's very much task dependent. How much attention we apply to tasks will vary depending on what the task demand is. I think that's fair. So basically saying that we've just got a load of people, understood their attention span, got an average, and said this is the average attention span for the human. But we haven't put it specific to tasks. We've just said this is their general attention span. So I can appreciate that, because things that are going to grind you more and you're going to sort of hit the emotions of anger because it's harder, you're going to have less of attention span because you're going to throw a fit. Maybe other people won't because they're calm, I don't know. But just as general, I can understand, I can get behind that. So what that is saying is that the statement is too generalised of the other research, therefore making the overall attention span for human is incorrect, because you can't base it off as general principle. Rather, it needs to be focused on a particular task. Now, in regards to the goldfish, it turns out that I'm verbatim in this again, it turns out there is no evidence that goldfish, or fish in general, have particularly short attention spans or memories, despite what popular culture suggests. So it then goes against goldfish. It actually carries on in the article to actually support how goldfish actually have pretty good memories. It doesn't give you any facts on how long, but there's a lot of data and a lot of reports that have actually supported that they can learn, and they've got actually pretty good memories. So this whole mix of comparing this to goldfish, I don't know how valid it is now after reading that. But what we can take from this is that our attention span is definitely affected by, well, let me go on record and say this is what I believe from looking at that information. Okay, this is what I believe based on that information, based on the information I already had. I truly believe that the online, social media, mobile phones, any online device makes our attention worse. I 100% believe that. And I'm not swaying to others. I do digital marketing. My job is online, and I'm still willing to put my hands up and say that I believe online makes our attention span worse. I believe that I believe it does. Therefore, I believe as a whole, as a human race, or people who have hands to technology, their attention span is definitely decreasing. That's what I believe from this data. The reason I believe that is because I look to myself as an example. So I'll give you an example. This is, like I said, whenever I discuss in these videos, it's always about things that I'm learning now, things that I'm dealing with now. And I know my attention span's got a lot worse. And people are bringing me up on it. It's got that bad. And I think I'll give you an example of sort of where I feel like I might be feeding it. So I'm on my laptop all day. Laptop and phone, I'm set. I can be anywhere in the world, laptop and phone, I can work. And a lot of the time, I've become so efficient on my laptop, I will be quicker than things loading. So I refuse to wait for things to load. So if I've got a website we're loading for whatever I'm looking for on that website, if it's waiting to load, I'll go to an email. And then I'll be doing that email, and then I'll see that it's loading, and I'll go back to that. And then I'll start doing that. Then I'll realise I've got another website. I've got another website up. But then I'll go start doing some graphic work, do some graphics. But then the graphic starts. There's something that has to load up with that. So then I'll leave that to load up. So then I go back to the email, and then I'm doing the email. And then I go back to this website, and I've finished that website off. Then I go back to this graphic. You see what I mean? Just to give you a bit of an understanding, I'm jumping. And the reason I do that, I feel like it's more efficient because I'm in the time in which I would just be sat there looking at the screen waiting for it to load, I'm doing something else. Now, I believe that's more efficient. I guess there's another video that I could do on arguing whether it is being efficient, because if it's low, I don't know. We'll go into that in another video. But that's where I believe is a huge part feeding to my decrease in attention. I believe that's a really great example of online as general as why people are probably losing attention. Another example, just social media feeds. I mean, you only have to follow like 10 pages in your social media feed. Will probably update every 5 minutes. I know, I can just go like that. You know, where you just load, on the Sundays, everyone does it. Just go on the newsfeed and just wait, drop, load, and then another batch of 100 posts is up. So having that continuous flow of content, it, again, is just bouncing, this. So online is just bouncing us about. So I 100% believe that online is affecting our attention span. I think it's quite obvious that it is. Now that's what I believe. You may believe it isn't. That's what I believe based on my knowledge and based on my experience. Something I can tell you is, obviously I told you people have already brought me up on my attention, like family members. And it's something I can do, which isn't really to do with attention, but my eyesight's got a lot worse. Not a lot worse, but it has got worse from working online, and that's something that scares me. These things scare me. That's why I want to speak about them, because my attention span getting worse and my eyesight getting worse, these aren't good. I don't want my eyesight to get worse. I don't want my attention to get worse, but my work directs me to be on my laptop. My whole business is based on laptop. I could not do it without a laptop. I couldn't. It's online marketing. I can't get away from that. There's no way I can get away from that. And I love it. It doesn't stop me loving it. I'm just saying it's kind of scary to think that this is affecting that what I'm going to progress as a company, as a lifestyle, is gonna carry on to diminish my eyesight and my attention span. It's pretty rough, that, really. I don't know. It's an interesting one. But going to what I need to do and how to take action on this is, what do I need to do? So I feel like there's 3 things I need to do. I need to make sure I stay focused. And I need to be strict with my time. I need to be very aware of where I'm spending time. Now I feel like these 3, which as you've seen if you've seen the past few videos, I've been very focused on time in these past few videos. This past week and going on to this week, time is a very big thing. I'm trying to understand it because my work, as you would have seen if you watch my other videos, my work has increased hugely. My company is growing fast. And I need to understand that I need to focus my time effectively. And having attention, the right amount of attention for each client, and giving them the right attention for the amount of money they pay me, which means the amount of time for the amount they pay me, I have to be very strict with it. It's something it's new to me that I'm trying to learn. And I feel like all this comes back to the thing that I said in my podcast, which is my last one, which you should go watch. It comes down to discipline. Discipline. I feel it comes down to discipline. And if you watch my podcast, you'll understand this more. So I feel I can get around the issue of online diminishing my attention span by discipline. That's what I believe I can do. That's my way around it. So I'll give you an example of this one, which I think I showed you the other day. But for instance, this is sort of what I've been trying to keep track of my time. I've not been as good today, which is bad. But I'm trying to keep track of my time, so that's part of discipline. I'm trying to keep track of my time so I can understand where I'm putting it, understand what's going wrong. This allows me to be more productive and allows me to understand where my attention is suddenly fluctuating. And I strongly believe a huge part of that is YouTube, because once I get enthralled in YouTube, I'm gone. I'm sure you know it yourself. But it's an interesting one. I feel that from me understanding what I need to do next to overcome this, I feel that it comes down to discipline. Understanding ways to discipline my mind, to learn ways around my work, because I can't just say, I'm not just going to throw the hat up and go, oh, this is my work, I've just got to deal and accept it. I'm not accepting it. I don't accept things. I learn to get around them. And that's what you got to do in business. You don't just accept, oh, well, we just accept that we carry on like this. No, you adapt, or you die in business. You adapt to technology. And I'm now going to adapt. I feel like it's through discipline. So I'll let you know how I get on. Yeah, I'll let you know, go on. So your takeaway from this is discipline. Really, is, well, one, understand what you believe with the whole attention span, and what you believe how you're getting affected in life. And I feel the best way to do that is by tracking your time every second of the day. So like I've done here, every day, I mean it, every day, just do it every work day, whatever, just literally track every second of your day. So every time you do something different next time, so get up 9 o'clock, go have a toilet, get dressed, there we go, that was 9:15, that went to 9:15. Go have breakfast, go meditate, that went to 10. You know what I mean? Just each task. I went I went as in depth as I put on. I went to the toilet. That's as in depth as I want. You don't necessarily have to be that in depth, but I think being strict to your time and understanding your time, where you're spending each day, will be really crucial. So do that, and then you'll learn where you need to discipline yourself, and that's what I'm doing now. You'll learn what's affecting your time and where your attention has been veered off, and then you can go back to those parts, understand what it is, and you can implement disciplinary in order to get around it. So that's my takeaway for you. It's my takeaway for me. We'll both go away. We'll understand it. We'll discipline ourselves, and we'll come back and we'll reconvene. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I really enjoyed this one, actually, because I was really thinking then, and the video felt more smooth, so I quite like that. But I know my hands were moving a lot, and it's something I'm trying to improve. I apologise. It's something I'm trying to improve on. I'm trying to, you know, like newsreaders, they just sit there, don't they, rigidly. I'm trying to learn how to do it, but it's just really hard not to move your hands. But anyway, thank you very much. I hope you gained value from that, as always. Please follow me on all social media. YouTube @ScottMears, where you're watching it now, no doubt. Facebook @ScottMears Entrepreneur, and Twitter is @ScottMears_. As always, I show off my beautiful top. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Go out there and create your future, and you'll be able to predict it. Thank you very much for staying tuned today, Scott. As always, it was a pleasure. A pleasure. And I will see you tomorrow, which will probably be about discipline now. Okay, good luck with it. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.